What's up, guys? Park here, and today I want to elaborate on a video that I made for you guys quite a bit of time ago. So in this video, I had shared with you guys my advice that when you are promoting officers, whether you're a new guild, whether you're in a guild that's been around for a hell of a long time, that you need to make sure that your officers have duties and responsibilities both in and outside of the raid. Not just simply you are the DPSer, you're a healer, you're a tank, but you also are going to handle this and that and these responsibilities and these jobs. And we'll get to specific ones here in a minute, but you guys know what I'm talking about. However, there were a few different situations that have come up within my guild within the last, let's say, 2 weeks or so. And I wanted to sit down and want to talk to you guys about when you can have simply too many officers. There have been a couple of you guys that have actually reached out to me, a couple of videos that I've made where this specific topic has been part of the question that you guys have asked. And I kind of wanted to address it. So to start off with, as I've mentioned many times before, I don't care if you are a brand new guild, if you're forming a guild, if your guild has been around for a long time, you as the guild leader, as the person that is running the guild, need to make sure that you always are recruiting. I had a raider come to me, a newer raider, who came to me in private and mentioned that he felt that we required, that we not just needed, that we required a recruitment officer, that we needed a specific person that did that recruiting. He made his point. He wanted to have a contact, one singular sole contact for new people to talk to, for potential recruits. He wanted someone whose sole focus was on recruitment, and that's it. And he stated his case, and he and I talked back and forth for on and off throughout the day. And he stated his points, he made his case. The second scenario we're going to talk about is where a second raider, also within a private conversation, messaged me, and he said he wanted to do something to help the raiding team, that he felt that there was a hole somewhere. He didn't know where that hole was, and he didn't know what he wanted to do or what he could do, but he wanted to help. So let's start off by answering the question at hand here. And that is, when do you guild leader, raid leader, whatever the case might be, even maybe an officer, when are there too many officers within your organization? Well, as the guild leader or the person in charge, it is your job to make sure that your officers are busy. Like I said, they need to have responsibilities. There are specific things that need to be done within and outside of the raid. Keeping the guild bank stocked, flasks and food and whatever, if that's your thing. Making sure that logs are uploaded. Making sure that logs are being reviewed and things are found out, and that you're looking at your wipes and your kills and figuring out the things that were good and the things that are bad. Making sure that players are up to date on strategies, that they're enchanted, that they have this, that, and the other. Hell, even specific officers whose responsibility it is to develop and communicate and tweak strategies. And we've talked about this where you have people that are going to tweak and make fine-tuned adjustments to your strategies and flesh them out. And there's so many more things. And it all depends on how you as a leader set up your guild. So here's the deal. If these things are not getting done because your officers are overwhelmed, you have one officer that's doing, half of the things that I've listed, if not more, and they're coming to you and they're saying, look, I don't have time. I can't do this. I'm too busy, et cetera, et cetera. You need to get another officer to help them. You need to kind of split that workload. However, and some of you guys have, like I said, mentioned this to me. You've reached out to me and made comments and videos and sent me private messages. And you've said that if you find that some of your officers are doing a lot of work or the majority of this work, but then there are others that just simply are not pulling their weight, they are not doing as much, or they're not doing anything, then you have too many officers, you have too many people in charge, and you need to clean house. And We can talk about that at a later time in a later video, but you got to clean house. So let's talk about both of those situations, both of those scenarios that I just mentioned. Did I need a specific person in charge of recruitment, like in that first scenario? At this point, my specific guild, my specific group, I don't think so. I think that while my officers, and especially myself, while we are busy, I think that we do have the capacity to handle this additional task without promoting a singular person to do it. And that's something that you need to evaluate within your group. Do I have the capacity? Do my current officers have the capacity to do this? Or do they not? Are they so overwhelmed that they cannot do it? And from there, you need to make that decision. And for me, it was simply, no, it's something that I can do. I do quite a bit for the guild, obviously, as a guild leader, uploading logs and parsing through them and developing strats and talking to people and all this. But you know what? At work, I could probably post on the forums and I could probably, at least log in and spam my recruitment macro every few minutes. Nothing wrong with that. I can do that. That is something that I can probably do. And so far, it's been working out. Now, the second scenario. Again, did we or did we not need an officer, another person in charge, someone to do something? Again, no. I didn't think that we needed another body within that officer corps. However, what I have done and will continue to do, and I would suggest that you guys that are out there that are leaders do this, is that I promote that any and all raiders within my group, regardless of who you are, what role you fill, as long as you are raiding, you are more than welcome to comb through the logs that I upload. Help me. Be my second, my third, my fourth set of eyes. Find holes, find problems, find issues. Find things that I'm not seeing. But here's the deal. Tell me about them. Tell my officers about them. Don't reach out to individual people and go, look, Bill, you really sucked at DPS last night. Here's why. Because as a raider speaking to another raider, you're just going to piss them off. However, when that information is brought to my attention, it's a different situation. It's a different scenario. It's a different person. It's your guild leader saying, hey, look, here's what's going on. Here's what we need to fix. Find these holes. Don't say it in public. Don't point to individual people. Don't reach out to them. Don't think that you're in charge. Let me know. That's what I'm promoting. Look through the logs. Figure out what I'm not seeing. Figure out and, come to me with this data. Show me what you're talking about. And then I'll take care of it. I'll handle it. So let's take a step back, as we sometimes do, and let me ask this question. Why does it matter the amount of officers within your group? Does it really matter? My opinion is yes. Of course it does. Let's take a look at my specific rating group, for example. My guild, my rating group, we have anywhere between 15 to 20 players at a time. So right now we have myself as the guild leader. I have 2 officers that support me. So let's say that we brought in a 4th person in charge of between 15 and 20 people. That's a lot of raiders or a lot of leaders for not a lot of raiders. You're looking at, 4 to 5, maybe less people for every officer. That's not a lot of people reporting to one officer. That's a lot. That's just, there's too many people for 15 to 20 for that to be justifiable. So the more players that you have within your raid group, let's say that you are, for whatever reason, you want to have a full 30-man raid group. Well, yes, maybe 5 or 6 officers would make sense. But would 8, would 10? No. If you have 10 people, would 5 officers make sense? Good God, no, absolutely not. The more players, the more people that you need to take charge, the more people that you need to help you. However, there is kind of this critical mass, this point where if half of your raid group is an officer, one, those on the outside are going to look in, and I've done this, especially, early on in my World of Warcraft raiding career, where, or hell, I've looked at, other raiding guilds, or maybe just guilds in general, just flying around Orgrimmar, or, whatever capital city, in the past. And everybody's an officer. Half the people are officers. Who's really in charge? That guild that group looks so foolish that, a third of the raiders are officers. Well, what the hell are they doing? If you have 10 people that are officers, obviously 2 or 3 of them are working. What are the other 7, other 8, other 6? What are they doing except making the entire guild look foolish? And there's no point to it. There's not enough work to go around. There aren't enough tasks. There aren't enough responsibilities. And even if you break it down and you say, all you will do is upload logs, all you will do is spam recruitment, all you will do is stock the guild, those aren't people that are in charge. Those aren't leadership things. That's laziness. That's asinine. Don't do that. A few people can be in charge, can handle these responsibilities. And as long as you are promoting your general population raiders, your normal everyday raider, to maybe be a second pair of eyes. Maybe tell you, hey, I see that this guy is standing and stuff. Or, hey, maybe this is a strategy that another guild uses. Or another, whatever. This is something I've read. As long as that information is flowing, things will work out. So, with all that being said, hopefully you guys like what I'm saying here. If you do, you guys know the deal. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Both of those things encourage me a great deal to continue to make the content that you've seen here. Now, I will say, I have mentioned several times, and I want to encourage you guys to do this. If you have a question, a scenario, a situation that you want me to talk about, and hopefully you do, let me know. Shoot me a message, comment section below. Let me know. I'd love to talk about it. If you did not like this video, go ahead and hit that thumbs down button. However, I'd appreciate it if you take 2 seconds out of your life, and in that comment field below, just let me know what you did or did not like. That way I can improve for you guys. Maybe there are things that I'm missing. Maybe there are things that I'm not seeing that you guys don't like about this channel, that you can just say, hey, I don't like when you do this. Cool. We can improve. And until next time, guys, I'll see you.